is the 18th year that we are hosting this forum. We are hosting it in partnership with Citi and also in cooperation with the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ and major investment banks. This forum is always the first one that takes place after the release of the earnings of the publicly listed companies, and thus, as you can see, it is always full of ship owners who are coming here to communicate with their shareholders and prospective investors. So this forum today goes through the major shipping segments and also the major industry topics, industry challenges that we are facing as an industry. We are very happy with the attendance. We have a lot of one-on-one meetings on the side. It is a very interesting time for shipping. Shipping today has been facing challenges on the regulatory end, also on the environmental end, and technology and geopolitics. So we have the opportunity to discuss and address all these topics with high-level speakers.
Citi's commitment to shipping is as strong as ever. We continue to lead in giving capital markets advice to our clients, and I think what's really unique about our firm is we bring the power of a global bulge bracket bank together with a team that has the focus of a boutique firm and a specialization in this industry. We are extremely active on the advisory side over the last 12 months as trends of consolidation have continued. We continue to support and lend our balance sheet to our core clients and not just extend capital, but give capital structure advice.
Today's event is focused on the significant role that the shipping industry plays in our global economy. Considering that the global shipping industry handles 80% of global trade, the industry is an integral part of the global trade ecosystem. As the world's largest stock exchange, our listing venue offers unparalleled visibility to a global audience. This reputation results in a very powerful listed company community with 2,400 companies from 46 countries. The New York Stock Exchange listed companies generate over $20 trillion of revenue annually and employs over 43 million people directly and many more millions indirectly. And we really look forward to welcoming more new companies. So please look me up, and my team is all around the world. We will be with Nicholas at the Shipping Forum in Posidonia, so please let us know, and many others around the world. As many of you know, the IPO market had been rather quiet in the past 2 years, although the New York Stock Exchange led in early reopening last year in 2023 with 2 of 3 largest IPOs of the year, with Kenvue and Birkenstock. And now we're off to a strong start in 2024. Market conditions have improved, which is great. There are 14 IPOs so far to date, and more than $6.5 billion in IPO proceeds in January and February combined, which is more than what we have seen in the same time period in 2022 and 2023 combined. So this is definitely much more exciting of a year to talk about IPO.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alexander Saveris. I'm the CEO of CMB and Euronav, 2 shipping companies that are based in Antwerp, Belgium. The strategy of our group has been centered around diversifying our cargo base and investing in the energy transition of shipping. We believe that a diversified shipping group with a strong focus on decarbonization will create more value in the long run than a pure-play tanker or dry bulk owner. In the very risky business of shipping, we believe it is sound to diversify risks by investing in different shipping segments. We also believe that our customers need green ships due to a vast array of new regulations coming into place and the pressure they are feeling from their customers and stakeholders to decarbonize. We see this as a huge opportunity for our industry and our company, not a threat. Our fuels of choice today are hydrogen for small ships and ammonia for large ships, but we continue to monitor alternative fuel options, including green methanol. And with all this being said, we are not ashamed to say that we will continue to transport coal and oil. Because with the money we collect from trading these fossil fuels and the sale of our tankers and our bulkers, we will be able to accelerate our investments in the ships of the future. We will use carbon to decarbonize. CMB.TECH is not some dodgy, overvalued hydrogen startup. CMB.TECH owns 106 ships, including more than 40 new buildings, worth more than $3.5 billion, most of which are generating or will generate good cash flows. We have $2 billion of time charter backlog. CMB.TECH is a large shipping company with real ships and real cash flows. And lastly, I'm not a member of Greenpeace, unlike my predecessor, and I flew to New York. I didn't take the zero carbon train from Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, our industry is at crossroads. 42% of all cargo transported on board of commercial seagoing vessels is either oil, gas, coal, or their derivatives. One day these volumes will decline and make some of our ships redundant. That day may come sooner than you think. We also need to replace 300 million tons of diesel by cleaner, greener fuels, not by choice, but because regulations will force it upon us or are already in place. The question then is, how do you adapt to this rapidly changing environment? Do you hope it will go away and keep on doing more of the same? Or do you start turning the tanker before it's too late? At the last shareholder meeting of Euronav, and we've had quite a few of the past year, a small private shareholder came to me and said, Mr. Saverys, your ideas are great, but since you announced the deal with Frontline, your stock has been flat and Frontline is up 25%. Show me the money. I could have given him technical arguments about why our stock is being held back by the mandatory takeover offer that is ongoing, but instead I said, Sir, you are right. And I have 107 million reasons, which is the number of shares we own in Euronav, to make sure I will show you the money. We don't just have skin in this game. We are in this game with all our skin, all our heart, and all our passion. Thank you very much.
Shipping is an amazing industry. We have so many companies with different strategies, different management, different visions. So obviously you are one of the people who has been very specific in terms of your vision, your strategy, and your course of action. And whether people like it or not, or agree with you or not, we have to give you the credit that you are a man of conviction and you walk the path. I'd like also to mention that it is wonderful that here in this room today, I was very tempted to use a phrase. I don't know how relevant it is. Have you seen the film, My Fat Greek Wedding? Whereas you have the father, the paterfamilias at the end, who looks at the various people around him and he says, I'm orange, you're apple, but at the end we're all fruit. So at the end we're all shipping companies here. And I think it is, if I may allow to say, we have the presence of the Fredriksen Group in force with us. A lot of the Fredriksen companies, including Frontline with Leo Barstad, and of course Catherine Fredriksen with us today. So I think it's particularly wonderful to see this group of executives, shareholders, investors, leaders being part of this community, moving forward despite whatever disagreements may have happened in the past. So thank you to all of you, and Alexander, again, I don't know how I managed to convince you to come, but thank you so much for this. Thank you to everybody.
In terms of shipping, all markets seem to be going through a flourishing period. Rates have gone significantly higher compared to 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, and this was in fact helped by, to a certain extent, by the instability. So there is a sort of inverse correlation between stability and shipping freights, And what we've seen is that shipping today offers good returns to the investors. And it does this because it offers an essential service. At the end of the day, that's what people are paying for.
Look, I think it's definitely been a very interesting year in shipping. I think we have had the year ended probably in a totally different note than what we were expecting at the start of the year. We are seeing, I think the increase in asset prices has, let's say, slowed down a bit. So we are seeing kind of stabilization in prices, and we expect to continue to see that over 2024. Although I think we are very far away from a correction in price. We are still far away from a correction in prices.
We have seen that the market has improved during the first quarter, and we expect that the improvement will continue because we have also substantial demand. It seems that we have substantial demand for trading commodities, and also we have geopolitical tensions like the war in Ukraine, the diversions due to the closure of due to the let's say hostilities in the Red Sea. All these have played a role in increasing the ton miles and increasing also the charter rates.
Well, 2023 for me is a year where the shipping world has basically come to a stop. We have stopped thinking about the future because we were earning good money, but also because the uncertainty has increased. Whereas in 2021, 2022, you could feel a vibe towards decarbonization, towards reinventing our business. You feel that last year this has really come to a stop. Understandably so, because it's nice to make money for once after the crisis that we've had. But I do think that 24 and 25 will need to reactivate the changes again, otherwise we'll be too late to comply with regulations.